Hi guys, and welcome to episode 20 of the Gungeon in the Gungeon. I'd like to thank everybody for the likes, subscribes, and comments. If you can continue to do that, that would be great. It would help my channel out tremendously. Like I always tell you, to kind of try to help an old guy out. Anyway, I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and spent some good times with your family, and you got to eat a lot and have a little fun and exchange gifts and everything, And I'd like to say, that Christmas is not all about gifts. It's about just being with family and, having family and friends with you. I think that's the most important part, although kids would be a little bit different in opinion towards this. But anyway, they prefer the gifts. So this past week, right after Christmas, I ended up going to a local gun store. And it was a very nice gun store. As a matter of fact, the name of the gun store is West Armory. Guys, they are in Dade City, Florida. Right off of Gull Boulevard in Dade City. Actually 301 if you'd like to call it, if a lot of people from Florida know the road. Anyway, walked in for the first time, and guys, this is a wonderful, wonderful gun store. Very clean, a lot of different firearms in there, a lot of good selection, a lot of accessories. We're going to be doing a video in there after the holidays. I talked to the owner and the managers already, and they're very happy about me coming to do a video. So we're going to be in there, and you're going to see firsthand what it looks like in there. We're going to do some range time in there too. You're going to be able to see the range. You might be able to meet some of the employees if they're agreed to it, which I'm sure they will. They were very excited about having me in there and Austin in there to do a little video in there. But anyway, guys, if you get a chance, if you got some time off during the holidays or anytime, take a look. Stop in there, West Armory in Dade City off of 301. Anyway, so I had walked into this gun store and started to look around. Plenty of accessories, plenty of nice firearms, a lot to choose from. But I had walked over to the rifle section and I noticed this baby. And there's been a lot of reviews done on this, and I'm going to move my gnome out of the way so you can get a little bit of a look at it. I know it's kind of dark in here. I'm going to change the color up pretty soon so you can kind of get a better view. But I noticed this interesting looking firearm. And this, to me, reminded me of something out of Halo. If you get a look at it, you can actually see it's kind of weird. And like I said, there's been some videos on it already. But this is the Tristar 12 gauge Bullpup. A little bit about it, because like I said, there has been some videos on it before. It comes with 2 mags, but I actually, guys, I'm able to get 4 mags for it. 2 5+1s and 2, and I've got them over here, 10+1s. Look at that. Nice. So, got a lot of firepower there. Anyway, it comes with this handle, this grab handle that, it has with it. It's actually used as your sight, as you can see. You can take this off, and there's actually a small rail underneath where you can actually, a Picatinny rail where you can put on some different sights if you want, or, a scope or a red dot. But like I said, there's been a lot of reviews done on this gun already. I've heard some mixed things about the firearm, whether sometimes some people say that it didn't feed right, it didn't eject right, different loads you weren't able to use well on it. They were saying that the 2 3/4 loads weren't working right. But, when I noticed these videos, it was basically in the beginning stages, which, like any other firearm, which, in some firearms you don't have to, but like most of them, there's a breaking in stage. And I think this firearm needed a breaking in stage because, as you can see, I have some federal game load there, and actually field velocity, it says on it. And they're 2 3/4 inch. I didn't have any problems with ejection or any jamming or anything going on. Shot perfectly fine. Now, guys, this is not a brand new firearm. This is a used firearm. It was only actually used one time. It was perfect in great condition. And like I said, I saw it and I had to have it. Did I need it? No. And like I've talked about in prior videos, necessities come first. A shotgun, which, hey, this would be a perfect shotgun. Semi-automatic shotgun, can't go wrong. 5+1 and then 10+1. Guys, you might want to check it out. Like as you can see up here, I have my Black Aces Tactical behind me, and that's also a 12 gauge bullpup. Cerakoted, so, but, the 12 gauge popularity, I think, in the semi-automatics are becoming very, very popular, and it's growing, increasing all the time. But anyway, so there's been a lot said about this gun already, but I had no issue shooting 2 3/4, 3-inch, and I'm shooting, as you see, federal loads, which I only use certain ammunition. Not that I'm saying every ammunition or semi-ammunition is bad, because it's not. It just kind of depends on the gun. Sometimes these guns are finicky and picky upon what you put in them, and what they like and what they don't. And I did have found out, and I'm not downing reloads, but I have found out that reloads and a lot of the firearms I have are not the way to go. I've had some issues with them, some jamming issues, and just some misfire stuff go on, and it wasn't very good. So I personally don't use reloads, even though for some firearms reloads are great, but I personally don't use them. I have certain companies that I use, even though everybody's great, but I just have certain ones that I'm a little bit partial to, which, guys, like I said before, and I've always said in all my videos, this is only my opinion and my opinion only. People will choose their own, and hey, that's all great. If you're having great luck with it, go for it. So anyway, I had walked in there and I saw this, and I just had to have it, and barrel length is perfect too. It's about, it's a 20-inch barrel, I want to say. A little bit of it's covered up because of how it's screwed in. But from what I've done a little research, and I haven't, because I've only had this thing really. I shot it the day that I bought it, and I put, I think it was 50 rounds through it of both 2 3/4 and 3-inch, and everything did fine. But there's some Benelli chokes that you can use with it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can use, and quote me, you can comment and tell me if I'm wrong or not, but you can use a Beretta choke in there too. Of course, you have to buy these chokes. They don't come with it. But anyway, the firearm is kind of heavy, so be prepared that, you are going to have a little bit of heaviness there. But I did notice, I saw some videos that the recoil looked like it was heavy too, but it's got a decent little bump stock pad here that was actually pretty good. And I really didn't feel any worse than I felt when I was doing my Black Ace Tactical one, and a couple of other the 12 gauge semi-automatic shotguns. It comes with a little Picatinny rail on the bottom here, so you can mount a light if you'd like. And like I said, you can take this off and put what you want on it. I think it looks kind of cool the way it is. Like I said, it's got that halo vibe to it. And like I said, it is a Turkish-made gun, and I couldn't go wrong with it. And, the people there at West Armory were helpful, friendly. They told me a lot about it, and because, like I said, I'd never really researched it or even seen it before. That was the first time. And, I know I'm repeating myself, but what brought me to this firearm was because of the oddness of the way it looks. It reminded me just something like a Halo or something you'd see in a Call of Duty, which I don't think it's in Call of Duty, but it was just cool, And like I've said too before in the past, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but you got to remember, I am old, So anyway, this is a toy, get your tools first. Like I've said before, get your shotgun for home defense and to protect your family, because that's the most important. And then get yourself a carry, in which, there's a ton of carries, and I've done some videos on some small caliber carries that are great, for concealment. And I do have a ton of carries inside of my glass cases here, and, I have a couple on the walls on some shelves and stuff, but, get yourself those tools first. That's what I call tools. These are more like toys, kind of like the GSG I showed you, the Strybog SPA1, the Masterpiece Arms, Scorpion Evo, just to name a few that I purchased. Those are toys, the Thompson Tommy gun and, the AKs. They're great to have, but, to me, those are toys. They're fun to play with, fun to shoot. Even my ARs, I've got, 4 of them in here, and it's just, they're fun for me. But, and for some people, that is their home defense. And you know what? If that's what you choose, that's what you choose. But, this was just something, and I do this quite often. I'll walk into a gun store, and there'll be something that I want, and something I think just looks cool, and I end up buying it. Even though my wife doesn't care for it, that I do it, because, she just says I got too many, but too many's not enough. I still keep going, and I'll still keep going. you know. And when I pass away, you know, my two boys will be lucky and they'll end up getting all these firearms. But, you know, there's not too much more that I can say about it. Like I said, guys, there's some other videos out there where you get some great guys that are breaking the firearm down and, you know, showing you different things about it and everything. So I was just giving you a little bit of the basics, and I myself still have to learn about it. Like I said, it's only been now a week since I had it. I bought it right before Christmas. So, you know, I'm not sure about it either, and I'm still researching it. And like I said, I bought it used, and it's in perfect condition, you know, and I had no problems in the range firing, you know, both different size shells in here. So it you know, like I said, there might be a breaking in period. That's why some people had some issues with it, because I think a lot of their videos were of brand new guns. And, you know, I myself don't have a problem in used guns. I have a lot of brand new guns. Probably about 75% of mine are brand new. And the rest of them are used guns that I'll buy, like my military surplus rifles. So, you know, you can't say any more about it. I mean, I think it just looks cool. I mean, give it a look, guys. It's, like I said, she's not heavy, and, you know, I'm going to pick her up, and actually she's not bad at all. I mean, it's a cool looking firearm. You know, it just looks cool, and, you know, it's just bad. You know, I like it. It's just one of those things that, you know, it's got a nice little safety on it right here, you know. So, but other than that, you know, I can't say much about it, even though people might not like it too much. But for me, heck, I might add a little bit of a foregrip here on it, you know, maybe just when I'm at the range or something like that, and then take it off. But, you know, as all my firearms, guys, this is going to be basically a wall hanger, like most of the ones that I do have. You know, you're only getting a small view of what I have in this room. I showed you, you know, some of the things I had in the first video that I have done. So you got to see some of the things that I actually have. Gosh, this thing is even somewhat heavy that it's hard for me to even put it on my little stands here. I guess I'm gonna have to get some bigger stands, guys, for a firearm that's got this little bit of weight to it. So I'm just gonna lay her up here like that, you know, put her down, make sure she don't crack my glass here. But like I said, guys, you can't beat 5+1, 10+1. Can't go wrong. And I ended up getting, there's my 2 5s, and there's my 2 10-rounders. And, you know, it just was really, really neat, you know. And I buy things just because I think they're cool, you know. And I don't know how many people actually have this semi-automatic shotgun, but really, if you sit and think about it, look at Halo, and then look at one of these. Look at the game Halo, and you're going to see, man, it kind of just looks like it. And it's just really wild, you know? Something that I just had to have, you know? And hell, I'd never even heard of the Tristar name, actually. I mean, I know it was made in Turkey, and, you know, I've heard of their regular pump shotguns and everything, but I never really heard that they made a semi-automatic. So it was kind of neat. And, you know, like I said, I did fine with the 2 3/4 and the 3-inch shells, and it worked great, you know. Of course, I didn't use these in the range, but, you know, I had range ammo, but still, it worked great. I didn't have any problems, any jams, any misfire, anything, things that didn't discharge. Everything discharged fine for me. So it might have just been a break-in period that, you know, some of the people that did these videos, but yet some of the people said they had fun shooting it, you know. So I did. I thought it was cool. I got a couple of my buddies, and one of them is Austin. He's actually going to, we're going to take it to the range, and he wants to shoot it because he wasn't there with me that day that I bought it. So he wants to shoot it himself. But anyway, guys, that's all I got to say about that. But I'd like to say again, you know, thanks for liking, subscribing, and, you know, please comment. And if there's something that I'm not saying right or talking about, or maybe something I'm going the wrong way with, tell me. I have no problems, you know. Constructive criticism to me doesn't bother me at all. I just kind of just brush it off, you know. And it does. I don't get offended easily, so, you know, I'll comment right back. And, you know, I got a couple of people that follow my channel that know me personally, especially, and, you know, they'll make funny comments on there too, and I think it's hilarious. And they haven't seen me in a while, and to see what kind of a huge collection that I do have now. They kind of were around me when I had not very many at all, but now the collection is just growing and growing and growing, and it keeps growing. But anyway, like I said, the first of the year is going to come some new things in here. I'm going to change some things around. I'm going to change rooms because this one here is getting too small and I just don't have the room anymore. And I'm going to be displaying a lot more firearms up where, you know, from a camera view, you're going to be able to see a lot more behind me, and a lot of the stuff that I do have, and as I get more, you'll be able to see more, you know. And the reason why I want to tell you real quick that I didn't go through this gun is because there is a bunch of videos out on this firearm right now, and I really didn't feel that I needed to go through it too much. I just wanted to kind of give you a look at it for those who haven't seen it, and just tell you that I added it to my collection of what you'll see coming up in the new year. And like I said, you'll see a lot more, and we'll do a lot more different things, and we're going to do some feeds at some gun stores. You know, I've gotten some approvals, and you know, people are excited and interested about me going in there. And guys, I'm no superstar or any YouTube sensation, and I doubt I'll ever be. And you know, maybe sometime I hope I will, but I doubt I'll ever be a huge internet sensation, because hell, everybody wants to see the guys that cut up and joke up and, you know, that run out to the range and fire things. And you got a lot of great guys that do that. And I mention them all the time. Clint from Classic Firearms, Hitchcock 45 are just a few, you know, that I watch, and, you know, great guys, and they do a great job. And, you know, I'm looking forward to SHOT Show 24 from Clint and them, and letting me see what it looks like inside. I'm hoping to be able to go myself to it this year. Some good things have happened to me this year where I'm possibly able to go. So, you know, if I can, heck, you'll be seeing me there too, and I might do a video from there if it's possible. But if not, you're going to see me at some of the gun shows coming up, and you'll see me inside, and I'll do some videos in there. And like I said, more stores, and I'm going to get extremely involved at West Armory because I think they're a great place. And, you know, I've talked to the owners and everything, and they're kind of excited about it too. And so we're going to be doing some good things the first of this year, and you're going to see some different decor and some, you know, things changing. So, but anyway, guys, I hope, again, everybody had a wonderful Christmas. You spent some good quality time with your family, because that's all it's about. And guys, I'm going to take a little break, so you probably won't see a video coming out this Sunday or the following Wednesday. I'll probably start the following Sunday. But I'll try to sneak one in if I can. But between, you know, work and, you know, me coming home and doing these videos after work, it's kind of hard sometimes. But anyway, guys, thanks for liking, subscribing again. I'm saying it. And guys, peace out from the Gungeon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.